The least we should do is to make sure that those who have murdered Nigerians and deprived them of their human rights aren't able to benefit from trade or travel to the UK. In my view, that should include the leaders of the government and the military who are even now, refusing to allow transparent and fair investigations to happen and for justice to be implemented.
Now is the time to hold officials to account for their crimes against humanity that they have embarked on. So I call for an impartial human investigation into these human rights violence and to begin a process to secure justice for victims and their family. As we try to make sense of the incidents, we must ask uncomfortable questions of ourselves. I'm referring to the fact that British officials trained Sars police squad from 2016 up until this year, 2020, and they also trained the Nigerian army. Now I have to ask, what did this training actually entail? Could it have prevented escalation of this kind? Now, standing here as a proud British Nigerian, I implore the Minister and colleagues across the House to pursue answers to these questions and do what it can to facilitate Nigerians' fight for freedom.
One constituent wrote to me to say recently that she watched a documentary on how Nigerian military opened fire on unharmed children who were happily and peacefully demonstrating and carrying Nigerian flags. Many were killed mercilessly. She said she cried and said to me, this could have been anyone. My constituents are right in demanding we see long-term action. A statement of condemnation, like my colleagues have mentioned just now, is not enough. As a country which subscribes to international human rights law, we must be quicker to act to support those who are having their rights infringed upon them around the world.
We still see some of those protesters still in detention today, and many others having financial restrictions and other actions taken against them. And I would be interested to know what assessment the Minister has made of the situation today with those who were involved in those protests. But of course, as many have explained today, this massacre and the other atrocities that we've seen are only part of the picture. They are part of a picture of brutality over a number of years, extraordinary brutality and violations by the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, otherwise known as SARS.
To conclude, I understand and I acknowledge and understand the strength of feeling in the House and among the public. The UK and Nigeria have a long and close relationship that extends beyond our governments to our people, especially through the British Nigerian diaspora community, which contributes so much to this country. And the diaspora was also raised by my right honourable friend who led this debate, the Honourable Lady for Chipping Barnett. The UK is home to over 200,000 members of the Nigerian diaspora who contribute so much to this country. And as I'm sure, Mr Gray, you will be aware, my honourable friend, the member for Saffron Walden, was the first minister for Nigeria. In terms of communications and engagement with the diaspora, on the 18th of November, the Minister for Africa led a virtual business roundtable with members of the Nigerian diaspora business community to better understand challenges to increasing trade and investment between the UK and Nigeria. And the roundtable was also joined by my honourable friend, the UK Trade Envoy to Nigeria, and the British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos. And I know that the Honourable Lady raises, asks whether she could request a meeting with the Minister for Africa. It would be wrong of me perhaps to commit him to that, but I can certainly pass on her request, Mr Gray. But this government will continue to press the Nigerian government and its security services to uphold human rights and the rule of law, to investigate all incidents of brutality, illegal detentions and the use of excessive force, and to hold those responsible to account. We will closely monitor the judicial panel of inquiries and continue to advocate for investigations into police brutality. The government will consider its options as the panel's work progresses. The government would also continue to work with the Nigerian government and international and civil society partners to improve the accountability and transparency of the Nigerian police for the benefit of all Nigerians.
Some of the images may be disturbing. This is government CCTV footage from surveillance cameras overlooking Lekki Tollgate. Recorded without sound, it was shown as evidence in the judicial panel. You see soldiers approaching, firing shots here and here. We lined up the footage and it corroborates our previous reporting to show the first time we see and hear gunshots. Notice the building to the right of your screen. Here is the same moment from that building.
They are releasing fire. They are releasing fire.
CNN geolocated and verified the footage you see to mark the exact time and place. Moments later, more CCTV footage. People alarmed. Here is the exact same moment from the other side of the gate. Shots can be heard. But the CCTV doesn't capture everything. This is what it shows at the time we believe shots are fired towards the protesters. The surveillance camera pans away. But this is what you see on the ground. In videos obtained by CNN, it appears to show the army shooting into the crowd here and again at the top of your screen here. At the judicial panel, the CCTV footage stops at around 8 o'clock. The Lekki Concession Company says this is because it was tampered with. What it doesn't show is this crucial moment where DJ Switch live streams on Instagram after 8 p.m.
Everybody look at this. These are the bullets that were falling. They were falling by our side that were dodging bullets.
CNN has verified that these bullet casings are from live ammunition. They are of mixed origin. Some are Serbian. This one from 2005. Former and current Nigerian military sources verified to us that these munitions are currently in use by the Nigerian army. At a hearing for the Judicial Panel of Inquiry, the army made an admission.
Soldiers who believe whose lives and blood had been infiltrated by trouble.
But eyewitnesses and families we spoke to say the ammunition used that night by Nigerian authorities was very real.
This is where I was shot, and the bullet went through my back.
Up until this point, the army had denied they had live bullets at all on that night. It confirms a key finding in our investigation, that there was live ammunition at the scene. This admission is the latest in a series of constantly shifting narratives as to what happened on October 20th at Lekki Tollgate. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said that the army fired blank ammunition into the air. He also dismissed CNN's investigation as fake news and misinformation. Now, in the aftermath of our reporting, both the United States and the United Kingdom are calling on Nigeria to ensure that its investigation is free and fair. The Nigerian government continues to dispute our reporting and threatens sanctions against CNN. As you just saw, the army has only just admitted that live ammunition was carried by soldiers at Lekki Tollgate on the night of October 20th. CNN reached out multiple times to the army with requests for comment ahead of broadcasts, which were unanswered, and police and state authorities declined to respond until after the conclusion of the inquiry. We continue to stand by our reporting, Wolf.
Nima, excellent reporting. Thank you so much on behalf of all of our viewers. CNN's Nima Al-Bagher reporting. There's breaking news we're following.
Not for you.
Mado.
My guy.
My G. Can we call a friend? We want to call Don Jazzy. Can we call Don Jazzy, please?
But her name has Rihanna in it.
No, I don't know. Rihanna something, Sha.
Yes. Something.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
something
just
that.
said yes. You literally just said yes. Yeah, take your shot.
It's both of us now. It's a teamwork. You failed also.
I want to call my lawyer. How is it supposed to
You
know
don't
that?
mean it.
Ya, ya, ya. Udah namu takal.